Welcome to the MIRTEC booth here at SMTAI 2018. Joined by Brian D'Amico. Nice to see you again, Brian.
Pleasure as always, Trev.
Okay. So, you've been getting closer and closer to this factory automation debate. There's a lot of different tools coming in. Your latest one here is the TRMS. Start off by telling us a little bit about that.
So TRMS stands for Total Remote Management System. So Industry 4.0, the whole thing is having connectivity to all of different machines within the line. So our Total Remote Management System allows us to basically connect to all the machines within a production line, actually multiple lines. One that allows you to maximize your efficiency because you have one operator that's actually able to manage and remotely manage several different pieces of equipment within a line.
Right.
So as far as communication goes, and as far as monitoring those systems, that's what Total Remote Management does. Beyond that, what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to collect data from all the machines. So the whole goal with Industry 4.0 is to collect all of the data from each machine within a line. So data from the solder paste inspection system, data from the screen printer, data from the pick and place machine, data from the reflow oven. Collect all that data into a repository, and the next step is to do artificial intelligence on that data to then come back with recommendations for each piece of equipment within the line to make the process more efficient.
Right. So is it, you say artificial intelligence, I mean, is it artificial intelligence or is it assisted intelligence? I mean, do you still need an operator to make that decision?
Yeah, currently this is what's happening, okay? Artificial intelligence isn't there yet. So let's put it this way. We still have issues right now where, say for instance, we have solder paste that's missing on a pad. If there's solder paste missing on a pad, why is that? Is it because we had a clogged aperture? Is it because we had too much squeezy pressure? Is it because the paste is dry? So at this point, what we're really doing is just collecting that data. Now, as people take actions on that data or label that data, they can find out when I've had a clogged aperture, for the last 6 times I've seen this, it was because my paste was dry or because I had, there was perhaps too much squeegee pressure. But as they begin to classify that data now becomes available to the artificial intelligence engine, and from there we make predictions based on historical data. That portion of AI, just keep in mind, that portion of AI is still evolving. It's very much, there's a lot of work. It's going to be probably a couple of years. Hate to say it, but probably a couple of years. So in the interim, the best computer out there is the human brain. The human brain is going to be able to make decisions based on historical data. So as long as we collect that data and make it available to process people currently, we're going to be able to still make the process more efficient, eliminate defects.
Right. You just got to get that data into such a form that the operator can make an actionable decision quickly.
Exactly. See, the data's there, but the whole thing is, what action do we take on that? Right. So the whole goal with our Total Remote Management System is not only to collect that data, put it into a repository for post-artificial intelligence, but also make it so that we can then control. From here, what I can do is from my dashboard, I can see all the different machines within the line. Mm-hmm. And I can actually take and I can modify things on each machine as well. I can control each machine independently. So that makes the process more efficient. I can have one person that's actually controlling multiple systems. So one person's controlling multiple systems, we're collecting full data, we have machine-to-machine communication. That's really where everything is moving. That's where this whole industry is moving. And it's all because of the bottom line, right? It's all because you want to make the operation more efficient.
Okay. Now, in the real world, you go into most factories, they've got a lot of legacy equipment in there. How do they make that all connect to this?
All right, one of the things that we've done is we partner with very good companies. So we've partnered with Cogiscan. The reason why we've partnered with Cogiscan is because they have the connectivity, they have the middleware that allows us to speak with some older machines, legacy products, as well as newer equipment. So there are multiple standards that are being kind of introduced, right? And there's no real one set standard out there. You've heard of CFX. CFX is a proposed standard. It's under development right now. That's more or less geared towards working with new equipment. Well, many of my customers have got a combination of new equipment and older equipment as well. So we need the middleware. We need that in order for, one, the connectivity. Right. And without connectivity, we can't take the data or present the data back to a machine. So it's all about communication. And that's where our partner Cogiscan really helps us a lot.
Yeah, I guess it's probably also a speed thing as well, because you're not having to sit and write software patches to work with every piece of equipment.
Yeah, one of the things that we're seeing is there's a lot of collaboration in the industry right now. There definitely is a lot of collaboration, a lot more than ever, because we all kind of have a common goal. It's kind of amazing, right? It's like when you have a common goal, people start beginning to talk to each other more and more, which is a good thing. But having said that, there's still, of course, going to be issues when you've got competitive systems that you're kind of dealing with and, pointing back and forth, what caused the issue. Mm-hmm. It's more, I see it more collaborative than it ever was, but having that neutral factor there, having that CogScan neutrality, Switzerland between us and all the vendors out there really helps us a lot, because our equipment is in with many different machines, many different pick and place machines, many SPI machines as well. It's just a matter of being able to communicate with anything out there, no matter who the customer is or who the vendor is of that piece of equipment. That's kind of important.
Okay. Now, the other cool thing that you've got on the booth is something that you showed us for the first time at Apex earlier this year, automatic programming. It's real, it's here now, it's available. Tell me a bit about it.
All right, so auto programming, one of the key things is, yes, we have great equipment, everybody's got great equipment, or they're going to say they do, but quite frankly, you need to be able to program the machines. Now, we deal with a lot of low to medium, contract manufacturing in the States. There's a lot of high-end stuff as well. With the high-end, when you're talking about high production, you can write a program. Doesn't matter how long it's going to take for you to write a program. You're going to produce tens of thousands of boards. But when you're dealing with some customers like we have that are doing, boards lot size 1 through 5, you want to be able to program very quickly. So our IntelliPro automatic program generation software is really geared towards making the software very simple, making the machine basically program itself. So the way that works is we have Gerbered information, which tells us where all the pad information is on the board, pad locations are on the board. We then use our 3D engine to go off to each pad location, to the centroid, and determine what part is there. From there, the machine will automatically program that device and store it to the library. So it takes a program that may have taken 1 to 2 or 3 hours and be able to program within 15 to 20 minutes. That's pretty fast. So that's probably one of the biggest features that we introduced here with our equipment. And that's one of the biggest driving features behind people buying MIRTEC equipment.
That's fantastic, and that's a real, I'm not saying a game changer, but it's definitely, for the high mixed environment, that's superb.
You can say game changer. It's okay. It's okay with me.
Okay, Brian. Well, look, thank you for showing us the latest update on your software systems here. It's always great to see new stuff coming out from MIRTEC, and keep the collaboration going.
Thanks, Trevor. My pleasure as always.